Well, hello world. Having about 400 followers and really getting comfortable to step up for 2022 with this awesome team of Honor God. I'm like, yeah, I have to get used to doing lives on Instagram, maybe once, twice a week. And I have to be consistent. I had tried it a little bit before and I just left it. I'd even run away from Instagram. Let me just be honest, because I am so many things in one. So, hi, darling. Thank you for joining. So, my name is Maria Banga, and I just gave myself that mark, Maria Banga Global, and I'm so many things in one, as I said, and I'm just coming in from court, and it just dawned on me. Thank you, darling. I really appreciate. It just dawned on me that I was called to the bar as a people advocate in 2018 and sworn in fully in 2008. Sorry, come on, sworn in fully in 2011. So that makes me 12 plus years as an advocate, barrister, lawyer, all of those things. And throughout that journey, I have also become so many other things. A psychotherapist, an author, motivational speaker. I'm stepping into the minister role now because, oh, okay, well, thank you, darling, for letting me know. Because God gave me this ministry, Love and Healing Ministries, in, I think, 2018 or 2019. I cannot tell exactly when. I'll have to check. And I was just dabbling with it, but I think he was molding. Not that I think he told me, like, because I'm like, what am I doing with this thing? I just post some things once in a while. I do a little preaching there, here and there, but after I just like, what am I doing with this? He said, can you just shut up and let me mold? Yes, he was molding. And something happened this year, not too long ago, like in November, actually. And when I just finished writing my 8th memoir, and he was like, I hope you know that as you have finished regurgitating and throwing up all that your crap like that in that book, that is the end of your fooling around with your life and with what I want to do with you and all of that. I was like, well, Papa, okay, I hear you. But he got me to understand that after I had finished writing that book and uploaded it onto them, and I could not take it back, could not start changing things and adding things. I was like, okay, anyway, that is it. It's gone. Okay. So I was like, okay, what again? Like, I want you to give me 12 months of your body. Like, you abstain. Not that you think that you would say it and 5 months after you're fooling around. No. I was like, okay. He said from 1st of December 2021 to 1st of December 2022. And I was like, okay, yes, I commit. 7 days later, he was like, no, that commitment is not enough. You have to take it public. I was like, hey, where Margot? Hey. And last year, I had written this book, No More Playing Russian Roulette with God. And one chapter there is not bargaining with God, no more bargaining with God. And he gives me those chapters. This last book is only 7 chapters. All the others have been 12. But I'm just like, well, just be doing your thing. So he said, you want to bargain? I was like, no, Papa. Okay. So, and you are taking this ministry to IG like a few days after. Like, he just, commandments now. It's no more joke. And these are things that he tells me, like, in my quiet. He's not sending anybody to tell me anything anymore. And I'm like, Papa, I obey. Because I know the price of disobedience. I know the price of fooling around. In short, last year, maybe in July, he made me to see something. And I thought something said, watch. But I didn't watch because I'm like, I have the freedom. I don't want to watch it. Leave me alone. People are doing their thing. Me, I'm doing my own. Why should I be watching their thing? But I started watching like on that very 1st of December, and I've been watching it like, and I have been learning, and I'm now doing things. I actually created, not that I created, look, this channel, let me tell you how God works in my life before I tell you, oh my goodness. The channel it's on YouTube, Mark and God. Simple, Mark and God. And the channel is about my abstinence, recommitment journey, but also about my letters to God and everything, dear God, and just my musing about God, spirituality, religion, everything. It's just going to flow as naturally as it flows. I created my YouTube channel because I see the URL to this thing is 2013. And yes, 2013 when I got to Brussels, and I think I had just moved in with Fred. Fred was my boyfriend at the time, another angel on my path. You look, the way God works. Seriously, if I open a church, anyway, but when I created a YouTube channel, I didn't really know what to do with that particular channel. And then, at that time, you could just create email addresses and just be creating channels. And I just did that. But I didn't really start anything with that. I just left it there. So when he said, you're taking love and healing to YouTube and to IG, I was like, okay, I'm not going to mix love and healing with my Therapist Mark channel, which was my initial Maria Banga channel, where I was just spewing. And so I renamed that channel Mark and God. And I was like, okay, this is for you. And the IG own is there, Love and Healing Ministries International. And I was like, okay, this is for you. Just only about my walk with God and how he has loved me and healed me through it all. But I'm doing this live here on I Am Magnetic because I think I have more followers here. Well, I have my channel, my page, my everything. I have more followers on this IG, which is what I wanted to abandon. Oh, you see, when God is like, no, that is where you are going. And I was like, okay, Papa, okay. So what do I want to talk about today? Just briefly about my journey, but about celebrating your life, celebrating your journey, embracing it. Sometimes it goes like this. Nobody can tell me about zigzag. No, I've had zigzag. So if anybody says, yeah, I've had zigzag, I'll be like, yes, because I know that we can have zigzag. I have had zigzag in my life. I have been like, So today in court, I had tears in my eyes. We have this thing amongst lawyers. They call it préséance. No, pray what? Something like that. But it means that the seniors, they can remove their files before the juniors. And I just realized, because it's not too long ago I started having cases in these courts in Bonaberi before elsewhere. And the first time I wanted to come here, I had so much anxiety, but I'm beginning to enjoy it. So I just realized that we are second generation. My promotion is like second generation now. Like after the seniors, I'm there. I'm even still thinking how can it be so fast? Fortunately, I recognize some of my promotion mates. So once I see them removing their files, and I know that, okay, it's my turn to remove my files. And you see, I go in the morning and I'm already out by this time. But 12 years ago, I'll be leaving court sometimes at 10 p.m. or 3 p.m., 4 p.m. My goodness. And I'm like, wow. The journey has been like this, but come on, girl. Come on. Look at where you are now. Until I can even come in and the junior one can get up and I sit down. Oh my goodness, God. And I'm like, I know my journey. I know how I wrote my exams. I know how I didn't know nobody. So I didn't go to see nobody. And I know how people were going to see people. And how people were writing their exams. And I'm like, no, it's only God now. I can't give any other person the glory. I can't say, I did it by myself. Because I remember fully praying and saying, hey, Papa, if it is you, let me just write this thing this one time and just pass this thing. Let me hear my name. I'm not seeing nobody. I am not. Because before the exam was launched, I had my degree, my law degree in 2000. And before that 2000, the exams used to be launched every year or every 2 years. And then in my year, when I had my degree in 2000, that 2000 was the last time that exam was launched. So when I had my degree, there was no launch bar exam being launched. Come in frustration. Come in dabbling. Go to this place, do this one, work as whether they call it an aspirant somewhere with almost no pay, work in a supermarket, no, my mother's supermarket anyway, work there, work here, Did this, then I got a dream job. Let me call it a dream job in 2006 in MTN of all places. I can call the name of that company today. It's over 10 years. Nobody is going to sue me. And I'm not saying nothing bad about MTN. But I got this job. I was a consultant. I was making good money. That company took me to around this country. Kuseri up to Chad, Jamena, the east, the southwest, northwest, wherever. I thought I was going away like for a month with a driver. So you will have all the bonus and the travel allowance and the everything and the money to do things and if Mark wanted to steal money and just disappear, I should have done it at that time. Ah, God. Sometimes I think of my life and my journey and tears just come. Maybe that's why sometimes I don't want to celebrate, because I don't know if I can stand it. But it's okay to cry. And then just when MTN was about to give me a permanent contract, the bar exam was launched. And then I read. I remember going to the office over the weekends, to read, because I couldn't stay at home and read. I had my second son in June 2006. So in that 2007, I was pregnant again, and the exam was launched. I remember writing the exam pregnant. I wrote that exam in December 2007. I was pregnant. And I think that I've not been able to celebrate this particular journey because a lot of, am I going to call it tragedy? A lot of sad things happened to me in those first years. The daughter I was pregnant for, she died in 2008, in February 2008. So when I passed that exam and I was being sworn in, of course you can imagine that I wasn't there. So although a party was thrown for me and a lot of everything, I wasn't there. It wasn't me. I don't know who it was. I cannot bury my daughter. I didn't even bury her because I never went there. They never allowed me to go to where she was buried. So I was already sinking. This depression that took me made me pick up a knife 1 year later. So you see that I was showing up as this people advocate and doing all I had to do, but it wasn't me. And sometimes people show up and we see what we see, but it's not them. And I think it's high time I really own up to my story and share it on all platforms. I now see why the name of this ministry has an international to it. I was even laughing. I was like, what about international? Look at me trouble. Look, where I have come back, I don't want to move again. Please, just allow me. Leave me here alone. Papa God, please, leave me alone. Leave me alone, God, leave me alone. And he was like, I'm not leaving you alone. I need to give him glory. I'm not going to stop the life because I'm crying. I used to do this on Facebook until it was time to move out of Facebook. Actually, I just wanted to move out of everything and just go and hide and just do the therapy thing and just be the strong woman and it's like, nope, it's not working that way. Because the people I really want you to reach, there are people who are still struggling, people who are still hurting, people who are still... Remember what Jesus said? I didn't come for all those righteous Pharisees and all those people. No. I came for people like the woman caught in adultery. I came for people like those still in the throes of the depression and the everything, people who are struggling with the drugs, people who have had one failed relationship, one divorce to the other. That is why you have to go through all of that, darling, so that when you talk, people can listen and like, yes, she knows what she's talking about because she's been through that. I watched one episode of this Dear Future Wifey this morning. It was titled 1 in 5, and this girl's testimony, the abuse she went through, sexual abuse. I have to look for her on IG and follow her. Look, my own was like, shut up now. You've not been through anything. What? Somebody's father? And from one foster home to the other and all of that, I was like, hey, start to celebrate your own. Start to celebrate your own. What are you talking about? I think I should put the link of that thing here. I think they're on IG too. I have to look for them on IG too. Oh my goodness, Father God. Anyway, so I wrote that exam pregnant. And I remember talking to my daughter because I already knew by then that I'll be having a daughter. I've always wanted to have a daughter. And even for my son, when I was pregnant, somehow they told me that I was going to be a daughter. And I told my cousin in the US, and she sent me stuffs for a girl. And then, well, my boy came, King David. And I was like, if I get pregnant again, and if it's not a daughter, God, you and I. And so once I got pregnant, I was so excited. I went and did echography, a girl. I was like, oh, my daughter, whatever I'm going through in this marriage, I'm going to bear with it. I'm going to stay here for you, baby. Oh, my goodness. So I was doing everything with joy and everything, although that pregnancy was challenging, but I was like, no, for you, my angel. I just knew I had to call her angel. We are going to do this. And so we went and wrote this exam in Yaoundé. It was 3 days. You know, you're pregnant. When you're pregnant, you're going through stuff. But it's like, no, for you, my girl, we'll do this. Baby, we are doing this together, right? We are writing this exam. Father, we cannot stop. Only for me to pass this exam in 2008. I think the results came out in January 2008 or February, I don't know, but I lost my daughter in February. So whatever was happening after that, I look at some of those pictures like, okay, what was happening then? I cannot remember. Why were people so happy? It was. So I think that is why, since I was in this state, whatever was happening in my life from that 2008 to 2012, I left my marriage in 2011, and I wandered some in the wilderness, in the desert and everywhere, and I came back in 2012, determined to go for further studies. And it is in that 2012, by December, that I had accepted that my life is what it is. I can't crash. I have to go for these further studies to Belgium, and then I have to see how to get my life back in order. So 2008 to 2007 actually to 2012. That's 5 years of Sheol, or 5 years of what a journey to Damascus. So and then I say 10 years, but you know, practicing hasn't really been straight. I came back to Cameroon in 2015, and 2016 I started, you know, taking up some cases here and there again, try to set up practice somewhere private, but try to go back into a law firm, no. Try to like work with mom and just been doing my thing in the meantime. No, I was so restless. God was calling me to these other parts of me, the therapy part, the ministry part, the advocate part, the activist part, all those parts, and they really thought I was crazy. Wow. My mother would bring a priest to my house because I moved out also from her place in 2016. She wasn't even there when I moved out. Like I was in this house. She traveled. And I just, I've been crazy. You know, post-traumatic stress disorder, I think that's just a small diagnosis. That there should be something more to it. But anyway, so it is actually in 2019 that I started gradually. I was taking some cases, but I wasn't doing it with my everything. It was just like, yeah, when you have sense now, you're intelligent, so you can just do things. But it's not like you're proud of what you're doing, you are showing up. It's late 2019 that I even started posting again about, like, some people are surprised, like even my neighbor, the other day she saw me coming back and she was like, where are you coming from? I said I was in court. She said, what has happened to you? We speak French here. So she was like, il y a quoi? Tu as un problème? I was like, no, je suis avocat. Ah! My neighbor, she doesn't even know that I'm a lawyer. And sometimes somebody came to my office one day and they said, where's your wig and gown? I was like, oh. She said, other people are hanging the thing there. Where's your own? I was like, it's in a bag somewhere at home. You don't use it? I said, I use it, but you have to take one of those pictures and everything. And I was like, yeah, well, but that's my picture then with my mom when I was swearing. That's enough. I'm not also somebody who believes in, flaunting all of these things, because I've always known that we are all on a journey in this world. So my journey is about my spirit. It's not about my body. It's not about, I've fooled around with this body too much. So anyway, back to basics. I want to really kind of celebrate it all, gradually, slowly. But I'm just so grateful that I'm going to be doing this from a place of wholeness, from a place of almost 90% healing in my life. To be honest, I have to own it. From a place of, if God is still saying something, whatever man says is not my business. So I'm stepping in. I was talking to my bishop about ministry and like, well, but I started ministry school and I didn't finish. And she was like, it's not about the school, it's about the ordination. And I was like, yeah, but I don't even have a crowd. She's like, God doesn't need a crowd. No, but it's like me, myself, I don't even care about it anymore. I was just talking. And I'm like, yeah, of course I do believe. So I'm like, 400. I don't even know what I did to have 400 followers on IG, or whether they're adding how or they're reducing how. I didn't even know how to. It's today that I even learned how to ban somebody from my Facebook page. It's just the other day that I learned how to, go back in and read comments and reply on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how to put like, share, subscribe on my YouTube videos, or how to do the introduction and all of those things. I'm like, okay, God, this ministry of yours is going to be a slow to pick up one, eh? But he tells me the person who has to watch will watch. The person who has to get this message will get when they need to get it. Your own part is just do it and put it out there. You get me? I'm like, yes, Papa. So I'm putting this thing out here today. Whoever needs to listen to anything I'm saying will listen. Whoever needs to pick out something from here will pick it out. Whoever needs to be inspired, encouraged will be. That's also my purpose in life. And I got this in, I think it's 2017 when I got my purpose and my identity and everything. So my final word is one of encouragement. Don't give up. If you believe in God, stay steadfast. Because that God that I believe in, another day, I think on my ministry page, I will say how he has arrested me and he's seen me through this journey, which is such an awesome one. I don't have no problem going to court and sitting me quietly and waiting for all those people, everything. But because, well, that's my promotion, I also go on with them and I remove my file, but I don't talk too much. I don't make noise. I don't. And only God could do that in my life. Only him. Call him spirit, call him whatever. I call him Papa. I thank him so much. May God bless anyone who watches this. May they take something out of this. Those of you who have joined me live, 2-3 people, wow, that's so amazing, because I don't even know how to do all of these things. So, darling, you love my energy. It's God now. It's God. This is me just trying, to be magnetic actually for Jesus, for God. To God be the glory, great things he has done.